Hello, folks. A little bit of a different view for you guys today. I'm probably going to start doing a lot more videos like this with guitar stuff. You've seen enough of my face. You know what I look like. So the guitar is what is important. Got to be able to see what I'm doing on my guitar. And so today I'm going to go over something really cool that I've been wanting to do. I'm just sitting last night watching concert videos and guitar videos and stuff like that, and trying to learn some new stuff, practicing along. And this YouTube thing with the whole gear in the bottom right hand corner is an awesome learning tool. If you haven't heard me sing its praises yet, you really need to get on the ball and try that feature out if you haven't. Basically, you just click on the little gear shift, the little, I keep calling it gear shift, I mean gear icon, the little cog that looks like a gear. And it's your settings thing for YouTube. Now you can change the video quality as far as high definition, what definition you want to do it at. And you can also change now the speed. I'm guessing they're incorporating it on all the new videos. Because a lot of the older videos don't have this. So I'm guessing on all the new videos it now incorporates this. So you definitely need to take advantage of this, because I was watching some awesome Joe Satriani playing last night. And slowed some of the things down that he did and was learning some of this stuff, and it was just amazing. I had to go back over and over, but I finally got what I was wanting to do. Now, there is an awesome lick he does in the song of his called Rubina. And if you heard that, that's my cat over there getting into trouble and mischief. So hopefully that won't be a problem. But there's a cool lick he does. It's a little descending lick. It sounds really like it's skipping around, hopping around. And it is in the song Rubina. It's close towards the end of the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and play it for you and show you what it sounds like so you can hear what I'm talking about. It sounds like this. Actually, there's a little bit before that, and then when it comes to it, you'll know it because it's a really cool lick. So, before I start that, let's make sure my cat ain't going to hop up here, because no, okay, good. She's playing with a fly swatter. That's a good toy. Okay, so here we go. It's about to come up. Okay, so that was that. Like I said, the cat's acting up, so we're going to have to just push through it because I don't want to have to start this over again. Let me go ahead and get my speaker right side up again so I can hear what I'm doing. So anyway, let's go back and listen to that one more time, because I was interrupting you probably watching me instead of listening to the audio. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm recording this on QuickTime, so I've got it floating on top. So I'm having to go back and forth. Let's see here. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and when I upload this, if I don't forget it, I'm going to leave a link below to this video, but I'm going to leave it on the timestamp of where this part begins, so you can actually watch this. Now, I want you to notice something cool. When I change this to slow it down, we get something a little different, okay? So here's the advantage of learning with the slow down, variable speed playback that YouTube has now integrated in their video players. Go half speed on this. This is how I learned it. Okay, so isn't that cool? And you're probably going to see the cat in the shot here in just a second. But anyway, that's really cool how that's working out. And so you can definitely use that to your advantage. Okay, so let's get back on the video here. This has been 5 minutes of just me talking. And I'm almost tempted to go ahead and start this over using maybe a screen capture. But I'm not going to worry about that. Things happen, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to... Now, keep in mind that he, for some reason, is tuned down half a step. I've noticed on this particular concert that he is tuned down half a step on all the guitars that he has, as far as I was able to determine. So we definitely, for some reason, he's tuned down, and a lot of these open licks in this song will not work if you're in standard tuning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first version, then I'm going to say, here's how you do it in G, in case you want to play in G, because that's what he plays it in the G shape and the G chord format, but it's tuned down, so it's in the same spot, but it's half a step lower. Okay, so here's what's going to happen here. Actually, that would be in G. So we're half a step lower, so we're going to start... Okay, obviously I haven't practiced that last part. That wasn't not what I was going to teach, but here's what I'm going to teach. Okay, so there's that little lick there. Very cool lick. And I haven't really sat down and dissected this because, well, I just wanted to learn how to play it. So I haven't dissected if it's minor arpeggio shapes or what it is. So I haven't dissected it yet. I don't know exactly what it is yet. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to start with the, oh boy, this is, when it comes to counting frets, I'm not very good at it. So we're at the 12, 15, 17, we're at the 16th fret in the B string. On the 16th fret, and then we're all the way up here on the 20, or the 19th, let's see, 16, 17, 19th fret on the E string. And you can do your pinky or this finger. I would recommend doing this finger because the other two shapes are going to include that finger. So the motion is, it's going to be a down and an up, and then a down, and you slide back. So you're sliding back a whole step, and you're going to land a whole step up on the E string. So this is a whole plus a half step. Okay, and then do the same thing. So we're sliding down a whole step twice. And then this is where it kind of gets a little tricky. He does a little bit more of a little different back step kind of thing. It kind of shifts time there for a second. It's almost like a syncopated type thing. And the middle finger is going to come down and hit that G string 12th fret, and we're going to keep, let's see. That might be something you want to practice there. And that is on the 12th fret G string, and then 13th fret B string. So we come down, and then we come across over here. That's why it'd be good to practice that little motion here. Let me get sideways so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay. Now, here's where it gets tricky. From now on, it's going to have that little, syncopated type thing, but it's going to be a lot of the, still sliding down and everything. Now, what happens is, I'm going to take and put my first finger where my middle finger was on the G string after I do this. The middle finger lifts up and my first finger comes back down. And now I'm going to replace this finger with this finger, okay? So, but actually, this is not going to happen here. It's going to come down here. So you're going to slide down first and then plant this. So we got these two shapes. Think of this as a half of the D chord. But it's going to be the top half, the middle half. We're not going to include the bottom string, okay? And now we're going to get that little syncopated thing every other time. And what happens here is a little bit easier. You're going to think of this as soon as I hit the second pattern, I'm going to come down with that first finger, cross over to the D string, same fret, and then now I'm going to use power chords the rest of the way down. So this is going to be, let's see, 12, 13, and 15th fret. So once again, this is all whole step slides. In other words, 2 frets you're sliding down. And it's always leading with your first finger. So let's go from the top here. Once again, we're going to hop over where our first finger is and start a new power chord. And that's the end of the lick, and that's when it goes. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Okay, now it's hard to do that up to speed. I practiced this all night last night, but I've slept since then, so we'll see what happens. Try it again, get a little bit cleaner. It's tough. Okay, so it's a very tough thing to do. But like I said, if you're playing this in G, you're going to go up just a half step. So let's pretend we're in G here. And so that's tough. Now all my dots are out of the way. I'm cross-eyed. That's going to come up a whole step and then come back down a whole plus a half step from where you originally were. If that's a big slide, you're going to aim with the 7th fret on your first finger. So it's going to be 12th fret, 7th fret. Now that's the trickiest part right there, is when I switch to this, because my fingers get confused and I want to use these 2 fingers, but when I come back to this I forget to move this to this finger. So it kind of gets weird trying to keep these 2 close together with the middle finger in the way. But it takes a lot of practice, as you can see. So once again, if you have problems with this, check out the little wheel, the cog icon there, so that you can make sure it happens. I'm using today the, I meant to mention this earlier, but I kind of got off sidetrack with the cat and everything. She's now right here in front of me, sleeping on the desk. Anyway, I'm using the Ernie Ball Everlast picks. These are the heavy gauge. The reason I'm using this is because I was actually doing some newsletter videos a while ago and realized that the jazz pick that I've been using from Dunlop, the Jazz 3, you can't see what I'm doing. I was telling them what to do with the pick and everything, and they couldn't really see it. So I decided to use this fluorescent one so that I could, show you what's going on here. I like the tip a little bit better with the Jazz 3. It's a lot sharper than that one is. But anyway, that's beside the point. So one more time, if we're in G. Now what I'm doing here is, I'm not really going to detail on this, but I'm just going to go between it's a big long stretch here, but it's easy with these 2 fingers. The first and the third. I'm just going to go between the 15th and the 19th fret. Okay, so once again, I'll leave a link below to the video on the time spot that this actually happens, so that you can kind of compare. And what I would suggest is you slow that down, play along with, learn this and play along with that. This is what I did, play along with it. And then when I was fairly secure with it, I played along up to this point. I played right about when he started doing that, and I started playing the lick with him up to speed. So you want to start out slowly, play along with him, the slow version, and it's going to be kind of like this. And once again, I'm going to go back to, this is in G, so you'll have to come down half a step if you're tuned to a standard 440. So I'll just play it along with. And once again, if you go back out of G and you're back half a step, your dots are going to be off. You're not going to have the dots to go by. So you just keep that in mind. But that's what it's going to be like. You want to practice it slowly at half speed along with Joe. And then once you get that up to speed, do that a little bit faster on your own. And then put it back up to speed at normal speed on the YouTube video player and play along with him fast. And that's how you're going to build this up. Now, this is mainly, keep in mind, this is mainly power chord shape. So we have this little same power chord shape here. So it's basically 1 fret, then you come up 2 frets and come down a string. That's basically the whole thing except for right here. This is just like a little D, but you're using these 2 fingers. So I've got, this is a different version. That's about the only exception. Power chord shape, the D shape, back to the power chord. And then if I continue that, I could do that. Now, what I encourage you to do also is try to find a way to use this in any licks that you know, any scales or any, diagonals or arpeggios or whatever. And if you know what this is, please leave a comment below, because I don't know if this is a minor triad type thing that he's going to continue doing, an arpeggio, or exactly what this is called. I love this style of playing. It kind of reminds me of this thing right here. Kind of reminds me of that kind of stuff, like Steve Vai uses and even Joe Satriani uses. I can only get so far on that. And I don't know what to do with it after I get so far, but it kind of reminds me of that really skipping, hopping interval type things. It really sounds good. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. It's kind of a medium size one, about the average, 15 minutes. And I hope it's explained a lot. Once again, the link to the video is below that corresponds to this that I got, watched and paid attention to and learned how to do this with. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Check out secretsofTexasBluesGuitar.com if you need to know what to do with the scales. You may know how to play scales and don't know what to do with them. That course is definitely jam-packed full of ideas on how to use different licks in different box shapes for the scales. And if you're interested in bluegrass guitar, please check out BluegrassGuitarEssentials.com for all of your bluegrass guitar essential licks, tricks, techniques, songs. Those are being released as webisodes as we speak. And take advantage of that introductory pricing, because that will rise as time goes on. All right, so thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, whatever that may be. It's a nice day today. Don't know when this video will release. I'm going to try not to get backlogged with a bunch of scheduled videos again, but I do want to get a bunch of these videos recorded today if possible. I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks so much. Enjoy playing some of these tricks. This will definitely help you visualize the fretboard a lot better when you learn little things like this. It helps you know where to go. Just keep in mind what key you're in and how these notes relate to that key. Once again, if you understand what's happening here, leave me a comment below, because I haven't really delved into it. It seems like it's boggling my mind. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and God bless.